Well, hello everyone. It is 3:09 a.m. on Thursday. It's the 10th. We made it through the 9th. We made it through the 8th. I unfortunately did not get an opportunity to even attempt to look up and see anything. We had bad weather came in Monday and it rained all day, mainly all night. Thick clouds, darkness. Couldn't see the sun, couldn't see nothing. Just like a bunch of mashed potatoes spread out all over the place up there. Tuesday, well, it quit raining for the most part. It's kind of misty on and off. But the thick clouds were still there, and I had no opportunity, so I came home and looked. Saw what I could everywhere. Went to Ustream, and they'd already stopped there. So I just kind of played around there and watched the Orion Nebula, Jupiter and such that they were looking at. So that's kind of a disappointment to me. I had figured, and I think I said that I thought we'd all be okay and we weren't going to get hit, and the moon wasn't going to get hit more than likely, and it was going to be a good show if we could see it. But I'm glad everybody else who did was able to see something and capture it if you could. This is set to another one of those dates that we talked about before, whenever we looked at all the dangerous dates to watch out on. 11-11-11. However, 11-11-11 is now no Comet Elenin. We didn't have anything in September. We didn't have anything in October. So far, those kind of things that we talked about have not occurred in November. So, no Elenin still leaves us with Venus and Mercury and Earth alignment. And you can see it here. There's the moon. There's the Earth. There's Mercury and Venus. And you got Mars over here. Saturn. And the other ones farther out, I've got it blown up where you can't see them, but they're not in any alignment I can see. So, you take what didn't happen, take what did happen, get the information from it and use it. So the likelihood is we could see some quake action and stuff from this alignment even without Comet Elenin. But we'll just have to see. It's going to be there. Whether anything comes about from it, we'll just have to see. I think we're going to be alright though. I mean, we're already getting the earthquakes. I'm in the mix now in Oklahoma. And everywhere else in the world is still a quaking. You know, we just had 6.9 the other day. So we will go ahead and go to the other day, even though it's gonna we'll go to the 22nd. We had talked about that day because that looked like a four-way alignment on the 22nd with that Comet Elenin. But again, we have to remove that from that element. And there was something else mixed into this, which was we were going to be passing through the tail of Comet Elenin. So we're not getting beat up by the tail of any debris, and if Comet Elenin was disintegrated and whatnot, it would be in pieces too, and we would be flying through that. So we are flying through a lot of stuff, but nothing's hurting us. So I'd say we're going to be alright. I'd say we're going to cruise on through, hopefully, but things can change and nobody gets everything right 100% of the time, do they? You can't, because we're human. But anyhow, if we were a little early with all these things, then the timeline goes longer out for those kind of things that happened. And that puts us back into the 2012 talk. So we're going to roll right into 2012, it looks like, and we're going to take off from there. And we already know where the end comes up, because we already know the date it said. So if any of that is real, we're going to be finding out, because we're going to be able to see things going on and happening and happening and happening. And if things start getting worse and worse and worse, well, it won't be hard to figure out that could play into God's timeline, which would mean things were going to be a changing, and we know they are. So 2012 it is, and we'll see about that whenever we get there. So let us look at the latest earthquakes according to the USGS. And Alaska, being hammered by a storm, is getting small earthquakes, 3.3 and a 2.9. Hawaii is in the mix. They have a 3.3. I believe there's somewhere, if they don't have it listed, I believe they also had a second one that was like a 2.3 or 2.4, I believe I saw. Not on here, but I saw it somewhere else. So they've actually had two, and there we are, 3.0 aftershock, 11.9, same area, Oklahoma. And what I can say about that is that I can't feel it. If I'm roughly 90 miles, well, just round it off and say 100. If I'm 100 miles from there, and I can't feel a 3, but I can a 4.7. So if it gets up to 4.7, I know I'm feeling that. I really don't know what the bottom is. What is the lowest magnitude that I can feel? I might be able to feel 4. I don't know. We haven't had one here. Not lately. But the 4.7 the other night I did feel. Other earthquakes, it appears. Iran has gotten a mix of 4.2. Argentina 4.4. Southern Alaska 2.6. Nevada a 4.0. I believe I saw that listed elsewhere as a 4.1. And then you have Alaska 2.6. Off the coast of California a 4.0. You have your 4.9 into Bismarck Sea, 4.8 in Banda Sea. You have Tennessee has gotten into the mix also, a 2.5. Georgia, a 2.7. I believe I even saw somewhere else Tennessee had a 2.7. There's one in eastern Tennessee and one in farther to the west. So we have other areas of the United States that are getting some activity. And then we come over here and we pull up the article about the storm surge coming after they have been hit by the major storm, and you can click on the video and you can listen and watch about how this is a pretty severe storm. They've had to evacuate and there's been power loss. Let's see. Roofs were blown away. The height of the storm, snow and hurricane force winds, hit about 2 a.m. Stay off the street because of live wire from down power lines. Highway feared cut by beach erosion. They expect a lull in the water level tonight. However, another peak expected Thursday. And then we go down and they have another little video for you. They think it would probably be about a category 3 if they rated it, if there was some comparison of rating. And then they tell you the second surge, this one, is expected to top 7 foot. However, the last time this happened in '74, they had a 13-foot one. Now, it's not over yet, they tell you right there. And you go down, and what they'll tell you is a protection right now. The protection was like a little bit of ice. You know, a natural barrier. And he'll talk to you down here and tell you, because we don't have shore fast ice that's big, it just has not got cold enough yet. So the Arctic ice this year is the second lowest since '79 at this point in time compared to past years. And 40 years ago, a big storm like this would come through, and the ice, sea ice, would act as like a barrier, a buffer. But they don't have that, so they have no buffer. Bering Sea will always have big storms. What is different right now is they have no ice cover. And the last part, this will be an extremely dangerous and life-threatening storm of an epic magnitude rarely experienced. So they've got it hard up there. They're getting battered real good. Well, let's pray for the people up there that's having to endure it and go through it, and let's hope that it eases up and they can try to clean up after it, get life back to normal. On that note, I think that's really all I needed to say. Was there's a big storm up there. It's a freak thing, and they're getting hammered. There's all the other side of the world, you know. They've got flooding, they've got earthquakes. Everybody needs prayers. I mean, nothing has really stopped. It's kept going, but the big show just hadn't occurred yet. And timing is everything. You can't miss it by a millisecond, or nothing fits. All the pieces have to fit right. Or you're either a little early or a little late. We'll do what we can to be on time. I hope everyone has a fine day tomorrow. God bless each and every one of you. You're all my friends, and I'm glad that each and every one of you are. I'll speak to you soon. Good night.